Hey everybody, it's Luke over at Galaxy Tech Review, and today I've got the Venus MMO 16400 DPI laser mouse from UtechSmart. Is this a contender with something like the Logitech G600 or the Razer? We're going to take a look at it right now. Stay tuned to find out. So taking a look at the box here, it is a laser mouse. You do have 19 configurable buttons on this, 8 built-in weights that you can remove if you want to, 5 modes, an Avago sensor, and a DPI of up to 16,400 DPI. Okay, once you open everything up here, you get a few different things in the box, other than the mouse, of course, itself. You get a plastic bag that basically has documentation in it, instruction manual, driver disc. Here's the instruction manual here. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. It is in several different languages, but I'm going to show you an on-screen demonstration of the app itself. They do give you a card as well here that is a thank you card. You can follow them on Facebook, Twitter, or Google+. If you need to get in touch with them, you can email them at support@utechsmart.com, or you can go and visit them at UtechSmart.com as well. I'll have a link in the description below. Your driver disc also comes with this, or you can go right to their website and download the newest drivers. They also give you a nice case here, and this is to hold your weights. If you want to take out some of the weights that are in the bottom, you can actually store them in this tin here, which is made of plastic, but it's fine for holding extra weight that you might not want in your mouse. Looking at the side configuration of the mouse, you do see 12 configurable buttons there, great for MMOs. You can configure each one of these buttons, and the cool thing about these buttons is they are tilted, so they're easier to find than you may think. When I first started using this mouse, I thought I might have some problems with finding certain buttons, but the way that they're angled back and forth, only a few hours it took me to get used to the mouse. So let's take a look at the mouse itself, the rest of the buttons, and some of the ergonomics on this. You'll see that the actual logo for UtechSmart glows, and it does not flicker. That is just my LED light bar interfering, so don't worry about any flicker that you might see here. You've got lighting on the front as well as the scroll wheel, and of course your 12 configurable buttons. You can change these to any color you want out of 16 million colors, and we'll go over that in the app in just a few seconds. Your DPI switch is there, and that is the only light up top, which will be your DPI switch, that will not change color there. That will always remain red no matter what you set it to in the app. Overall, it's very, very nice as far as construction goes. It has a nice matte finish to it that's kind of got some grip to it as well. So overall, very nice for your fingers. And they also have a ring finger configuration there on the right hand side that makes it easy. These angled buttons on the left hand side, as I mentioned before, are very easy to get used to. It only takes about an hour or two. And there is also a dedicated triple fire button, or a button that is set to triple fire when you first set it up, but you can actually set that to anything as well. So overall, they did a really good job on design. On the bottom here, you're going to have a tray that you can remove. And of course, this is going to hold your weights. So you just have to kind of unscrew it part way, and then it will pop out. And there are your weights there. And you can actually remove those if you don't want all the weights in, and put them in that tin that they give you. Simple to take out if you want to, but a very, very good thing to have. I like it fully weighted down myself, but that's just a personal preference. Let's take a quick look now at kind of just how your hand will be on this mouse. Again, quick access to all 12 of these buttons with the nice angles You do have that ring finger rest there. There's not really too much for your pinky, but the ring finger is definitely supported on the right hand side. They do have this tiny little groove down at the bottom for your pinky, but they don't really have a full rest for your pinky. I find it to be very, very comfortable and didn't have any problems with using this in general or gaming use. Okay, let's take a look at the app here. You can either use the driver disk that they give you, or you can go directly to their website and download this driver package from their website, which will be in a RAR file. If you go to www.utechsmart.com/download, you're going to see that they offer a lot of different products other than just mice, but for this particular instance, we're just looking for our particular mouse, which is on the first page at the bottom here. This is the Venus mouse here. You can either download your driver package, watch a video, or download your instruction booklet. So you'll just click that to download it and save it to your desktop. Once you do, you'll have this RAR file here, and once you unRAR that, you will have that in a folder. The file's contained within, and you'll be able to just double-click on Setup to install the program. Once you install the program, you will have a icon on your desktop here. Is for the Venus gaming mouse. And I have it open here, so we'll take a quick look at what kind of features you get with this. Now, it's got a layout here of your buttons on the top, and of course you can change any of those that you want. If you want to flip it to the side, you can do that with this button here, and you'll have access to changing any of these 12 buttons. They are initially set up 1 through 0, with plus and minus being 11 and 12. But that does not mean you have to leave them that way. You can fully customize every one of these buttons to anything that you would need. So again, having all of these programmable buttons, just by clicking on it to reprogram it, you've got everything from, forward and backwards, closing windows, putting your computer to sleep, adding macros, DPIs up and down, DPI switches. You can make it a fire key if you want to. And again, if you want to add macros, you can open Macro Manager, which we'll get into in a second as well. You have 5 different profiles you can use. So if you have 5 different games with all different configurations, you can certainly set up a profile for each one, which makes switching back and forth very, very simple. So if I had one set up for, say, Guild Wars 2, I would set it for that. If I had one set up for WoW, I could set it up for that in another profile, and I can quick switch over to every one of them. Your dedicated fire key there is already set to click 3 times or fire 3 times, and you can also do your delay between that in milliseconds, and you can set it to anything you want. You can set it to click 30 times with a delay of a certain amount of milliseconds as well. So it's pretty interesting to have that set up, and a nice extra dedicated button on the top portion of the mouse. Over on the left-hand side, we've got acceleration and a few other options, as well as double-clicking, scroll speed, your polling rate, which goes from 200 hertz all the way down to all the way up to 1,000 hertz. And each one of them can be set, these DPI settings, per profile as well. So you can set each one to a different DPI setting within that profile if you want to as well. So that actually works out really nicely. I find that I use 4,000 DPI or so for general usage, and then about 8,000 or 9,000, but it will go all the way up to 16,400. If we go into the light tab here, the things that are going to change are the front lights, the scroll wheel, and the logo. You can set it to pretty much any color you want, and it will change on screen. Now, it doesn't change the scroll wheel on screen, but it does change it in real life or on the mouse itself. It just doesn't do it within the application. Of course, your DPI buttons will not change color except just being red there. You have brightness levels. You can turn it off if you do not want any LEDs. So people that aren't a fan of LEDs but want an MMO mouse can do that. Breathing speed as well, low, medium, and high, or full brightness. If you do full brightness, it's a solid color. So just to know. And again, your info tab, this just tells you, again, their website, which is www.utechsmart.com, or email them at support@utechsmart.com. Overall, this is a very robust program. You can reset everything if you want to, and then just apply it, and it will just set everything back to factory for you. And we're going to take a look here in just a second about setting a macro. If I just want to set up a macro, very, very simple to do. Comes in several languages as well, which is a nice touch. So if we want to set a macro to a button, it's a pretty simple process. Say we want to set up button number 1 to a macro, we'll just open a macro manager. Here you can see I just set up something funny on macro 1, so we'll do a new macro on macro 2. You can change your delay in seconds. You can also change your number of loops from 1 to 255, and there are several other options as well. But say we want to record a macro, so under macro 2 we're going to record this. So we'll hit the record button, and then say we're going to want to do like the number 1 key, the number 4 key, and the number 8 key. There is our macro now. Our macro is depress and release 1, then depress and release 4, and then depress and release 8. So every time I hit that number 1 button, it is now going to do exactly what I set it up to do. It's going to hit your number 1 key and then release it, number 4 key, and then release it, and then your number 8 key, and then release it. Overall, a very, very nicely done program with a ton of different options, from DPI to profiles to macros. UtechSmart definitely did a good job on this program. Overall, I was impressed with what UtechSmart has put together here in the Venus MMO mouse. If you're looking for a great mouse with a great software suite that will allow you to do a lot of customization, you should put this on your short list. Especially with Prime Day coming up, there's going to be some discounts on Amazon that you should look out for. This was Luke from Galaxy Tech Review. Please like, and if you haven't subscribed already, please do so, because that always helps me out. And I'll check you guys out on the next video.